Download this code and get free GPT-4o from codegive.com, link in the description below. #Java Test Resources Tutorial. When writing tests in Java, especially with frameworks like JUnit, it's common to need test resources, such as files, configuration data, or mock objects. Properly managing these resources can help ensure that your tests are reliable, repeatable, and easy to understand. #1. Understanding test resources. Test resources are files or data that your tests need in order to run. This can include configuration files, example.properties, JSON files, sample input files, example text files, CSV files, mock objects or data. In Java, these resources are usually stored in a specific directory within your project structure. #2. Standard directory structure. In a typical Maven or Gradle project, test resources are placed in the following directory. Files placed in this directory can be accessed during test execution. #3. Accessing test resources. You can access test resources in your Java tests using the class loader. Here's how to do it. #example structure. #example resource file. Create a file testdata.txt in src/test/resources/. #example test class. Here's a simple test class that reads the resource file. #explanation of the code. 1. Import statements. The necessary classes from JUnit and IO libraries are imported. 2. Test annotation. The @test annotation indicates that the method is a test case. 3. Getting the resource. The get class, .get class loader, .get resource as stream, testdata.txt, line retrieves the testdata.txt file as an input stream. 4. Reading the file. We use a buffered reader to read the contents of the file line by line and build a string. 5. Assertions. Finally, we assert that the content read from the file matches the expected content. #4. Running the tests. You can run your tests using your IDE or a build tool like Maven or Gradle. If you're using Maven, you can execute. #5. Best practices. Keep resources organized. Use subdirectories in src/test/resources to organize your test resources logically. Use descriptive names. Name your resource files descriptively so that their purpose is clear. Clean up resources. If your tests create or modify resources, ensure that they clean up after themselves to avoid side effects on other tests. Use mocking frameworks. For complex objects or services, consider using mocking frameworks like Mockito to create mock resources instead of relying on actual files. #conclusion. Test resources are an essential part of creating effective tests in Java. By following the structure and methods outlined in this tutorial, you can manage your test resources effectively and ensure that your tests are both reliable and easy to maintain. Happy testing!